I used to have so much guilt, this much guilt, for putting myself first, for taking care of myself, for meeting my own needs. Might you know someone with a similar story as well? So here we go. In this video, what I'm going to teach you is how I use the book, The Little Prince, to remove that debilitating feeling of guilt and anxiety. They came with the idea even of, oh, I'm going to do something for myself, like go to the eye doctor. And I'm also going to share with you, from the other side of the fence, the outcome of that self-love experiment that I offered myself. So I was eager to share this topic because I'm posting this a few days after Valentine's Day. And whether or not you're watching this Valentine's week doesn't make a difference, but I wanted to use the energy and catalyst of this Valentine's week, where often my attention, other people's attentions, the world's attention is on the outer world, on other people. And don't get me wrong, I love to adore and give outward energy towards my wife, Lauren, and the people I love. So I'm not pooing on don't take care of others. But what if we shifted the practice of Valentine's Day about being others and practiced it about making it about ourselves, the self-love that we can share for ourselves? And you might be saying, well, I don't love myself very much. Well, hold on. Because you can't give to others what you don't give to yourself. In fact, pause this video, write that down right now. You can't give to others what you don't give to yourself. Notice I'm not saying you can't give to others what you can't give to yourself. I'm saying you can't give to others what you don't give to yourself. Write it down if you haven't done that. You can't fully give love to another if you're not willing to give it to yourself. You can't pour from an empty cup. There's a lot of rich conversations we can have around this, but for right now, I want to teach you about what the Little Prince taught me. So here's the answer to stop having that guilty feeling about putting yourself first. The guilty feeling that I used to have for putting myself first. Practice. It's that easy. Just practice. Practice putting yourself first. Now hold on, before you turn me off, I'm going to give you the other side of the coin. Practice responsibly. Now what do I mean by responsibly? The ability to respond to others. In the book, The Little Prince, the fox says you become responsible forever for what you have tamed. It's my favorite quote of the book. And I used to use that quote because I've been reading that book since I was 19 years old, maybe even younger. I've been using that quote as ability, I can't put myself first. I have to be responsible for other people. But as I matured and I found, after having a series of relationships that just didn't work and work scenarios that just didn't work, I saw it differently because it wasn't working. Being responsible by putting others first. What I found was I was creating expectations for others. I was creating habits in myself that other people would look for. So to be responsible, all I did was tell people what I was doing and why I was doing it. It's as simple as that. So as an example, if I were to say, hey, I'm feeling a little crispy, I'm feeling a little burnt out right now, and I got to go to the eye doctor, or I just got to go for a walk, or I got to just take the night to just decompress and watch some Law and Order, whatever it is, because I feel like I'm not showing up strong for you. So right there, I'm giving the why. And it might sound like this. Hey, I'm no longer sleeping with my phone in my room, which means I'm not going to respond to my texts until after breakfast, right? I'm being responsible, letting others know what that action is going to look like for them. I'm letting them know in advance instead of just poof and just starting and being angry because, you're preventing me from taking care of myself. No. It might sound like this. Hey, I won't be responding to emails anymore after I leave at 6 p.m. and before 9:30 a.m. And I wanted to let you know that there's going to be a little less responsive time in the morning. It might sound like this. Hey, starting February, and this is actually something I did have to say, starting in February, I'm going to be taking Wednesdays to focus on the Gratitude Slam and the Life on Your Terms Academy, which means I won't be accessible for non-emergencies on Wednesdays. Now, The first thing is the what am I going to do and why am I going to do it? And the third thing is, I ask them, how else do you think this can impact you? How else do you think this can impact you? And let them talk and have a dialogue around it. That's being responsible. The ability to respond to others' concerns, the ability to respond to the other stories that I'm making up in my mind about how the other person is going to feel about it. The responsibility comes from letting people know in advance why I'm doing this, what I'm doing, how it impacts the way how I see it's going to impact them. And that opens the door for any potential additional concerns. And here's what I found. Remember, I used to be debilitated by this. This does not come easy to me. People often go, oh, it's so easy for you, Michael. I'm like, you have no idea the journey. What I found was I was so shocked that people were like, oh, good, I was waiting for that day. Or this is great, yeah. Because all of it is an opportunity for me to show up for others. That's the whole reason I wanted to do it to begin with, because I love serving people. So imagine, I'm telling you from the other side of the fence, imagine a world where you're giving yourself more attention, where you're meeting your needs more. Those needs that deserve to be met in order to show up stronger for others. So here's what I want you to do. Let's make one choice right now. What's that choice? Either put something in the comment section below or respond to this email or find me on social media and direct message me. What's one thing you need? Is it an eye doctor appointment? I'm saying that because I just went to the eye doctor. Is it that you're going to just take a night off with emails off? I want you to make that commitment now. Just something small. And then go let people know what you're doing, why you're doing it, and ask them, how do you think this is going to impact you? And then most importantly, just practice it. You will show up stronger for those you love as you offer yourself that self-love first. Happy Valentine's Day. And as the fox in The Little Prince says, you become responsible forever for what you have tamed. So, communicate. Seek to understand how others might be impacted. And go practice. I promise you, the guilt and anxiety will start to dissipate over time as you start to offer yourself care, and your heart, your mind, and your body start going, oh, wait, this is pretty good. I am showing up stronger for others. Others are happier around me. I'm less anxious around other people. I promise you, the guilt will start to dissipate as you find the rewards far, far outweigh the stories you made up your mind in the first place of what other people would be thinking of you. And by the way, you don't need to figure out how to practice self-love and self-care and self-discipline all on your own. That's why I created the Life on Your Terms Academy, where you can be training like an athlete how to be at peace and more fulfilled in your life through the lens of gratitude. So I hope you come join me in the Foundations program, which is an at your own pace program that I made just for you to experience more self-love.